race for promotion to the Premier League is still hot to bloody trot over the Championship. But what about the race to avoid the drop? That's, of course, another bloody level. We're going to take a look at it. All of it. And next. That's right, folks, back. Let's give another prediction video. Today we're taking a look at match day number 42, I believe, over in the Championship. And we'll get to it in a second. If you knew where you've been, smash your subscribe and your one-stop shop for the Championship is right here. Under one Rooski, of course. Still, currently, is Leicester City top the charts with 88 points. Of course, Ipswich are in second, 87. And Leeds are in their third with 86. Could not be tighter, of course, but games in hand still to be played later on. Of course, we'll see how that pans out later on in the campaign. But today is all about match day number 42. Who's going to take a giant step forward to safety and who's going to take a giant step closer to the Premier League. We'll get into all of that and more in a second. Of course, big shout out to my VIPs. They are the patrons. You know who you are. And again, if you're new, where you been? Smash the old subscribe, boys and girls. Now, of course, we are back in business. And of course, we hope to bring you bang up to date with all kinds of bits of business right here today. So today, we're going to look back, of course, at the games that were this past weekend. Now, I did not get any predictions in for this last weekend because it was that tight. So we're going to be just looking at the results. And then, of course, we're going to be looking at your predictions or the state of play in the prediction league for the Super Brew. We'll get into all of that in a second. So let's, of course, recap the results, starting with the Friday game. Rotherham against Plymouth Argyle. Of course, Plymouth with a big 1-0 win, which sends Rotherham down to League One. That's confirmed. One of the three spots is done and dusted. And Plymouth are a step closer to safety themselves, but Rotherham are gone. Meanwhile, in the East Anglian derby, it was Norwich City with a 1-0 win over Ipswich, of course. Big win for them. A bit of a pride settled there. Of course, they continue to defy Ipswich despite them dominating this season in the table. Meanwhile, Rovers against Southampton, 0-0 draw. Take that all bloody day long. Great result for us. Another point in the bag, but still got a lot of work down the table. Leicester City, 2-1 winners over Birmingham. Of course, they did us a favour on that one. Meanwhile, Borough with a 2-0 win over Swansea. Huddersfield, good, gracious, great win for them. Of course, and a giant step closer to safety as well. Meanwhile, ball draw over at Watford with a 0-0 draw against Preston. Stoke with a 2-2 draw against West Brom. That's a monstrous point in the bag against the tricky West Brom side. Coventry, 2-1 winners over Leeds. Goodness gracious me. Cardiff with a 3-1 loss to Hull. Sunderland with a 0-0 draw against Bristol City. And a big win there for Sheffield Wednesday against QPR. Goodness gracious me. This is the table as it stands. And as you see, Leicester City are top the charts there with 88 points. Ipswich are up there in second. Leeds are up there in third with the Southampton, West Brom and Norwich. As it stands, of course, Coventry do have a game in hand on Norwich. So they could maybe get a little bit closer to those playoff spots. Hull City the same. Got a game in hand as well. So those will be played later on in the season. Of course, everyone's in action and this week. Going down though, Rotherham are down. Done and dusted. They are out for the count. Sheffield Wednesday and Birmingham currently occupy those other two relegation spots. And then it's anyone's guess, really. Do we include Swansea in this fight? Is 47 points enough? I don't know at this moment. Rovers are still in the thick of things with 46 points right now. But of course, a good bit of form at the moment. Just one defeat in the last 5. Hopefully that can continue into this midweek action. And of course, let's get into those midweek games in just a second. And of course, we're going to recap the state of play. We're actually just going to show you the actual leaderboard for the Super Brew because I feel like it, and I didn't get to predict either. So we were on the same calendar. We're on the same boat here. So this is the current state of play for the overall. So this is the current state of play for the leaderboard for the Championship. It's stable right now, 429.5 points, just a half a point clear of summer 2018. Then it's James Blues FC, and then Finish over 7 with Vinny Hong in the top 5, of course. If you see your name in there, smash the old likey, smash the old subscribe as well as we get into the business end of the Championship. Of course, keep on the predictions, keep it going, of course, because we're right back in the thick of things. For the Championship prediction stakes. So that's, of course, what we're looking forward to. But the games that are coming at you this week are right here, of course. Coming at you from Tuesday and Wednesday this week, the 9th and 10th of April. We're going to start right to the tip of the top of the table right there. Or when I say tip of the top of the graphic, it's Wednesday. It's Norwich. It's at Hillsborough. A bit of a ding-dong affair here. Of course, Sheffield Wednesday, Norwich, 29 times their play. So this is 1993, 11 wins for Wednesday, 10 wins for Norwich, 8 draws, of course. Now the biggest win for Wednesday was a 5-1 win. My oh my, they'll have one of those right right now. 41 goals scored in the 29 matches, 1.41 goals a game. Norwich, 5-0 win the biggest, 45 goals scored in 29 matches, 1.55 goals a game on average. Norwich, 67% form for them right now, just one defeat in the last 5. They are 6th in the table, 67 points for the campaign. Wednesday, of course, 42% form for them right now, 23rd in the table, 42 points for the campaign, just one win in the last 5 for them as well. Last time around, over at Hillsborough, it was a 2-1 win for Norwich back in March 2021. They also did picked up the 3 points when they played each other at Carrow Road back in December. 3-1 win it was as well. Norwich are unbeaten against Wednesday over the last 5, 4 wins and 1 draw. The odds for this one, though, Wednesday 11-5 for the victory, 23-10 the draw, 13-10 is your away win here. You know what? Wednesday are fighting for their lives here. I think they're going to get something out of this one. I'm going with a point, which is going to be massive for them in their fight to defy the odds, really defy the odds. Sheffield Wednesday with a 1-0, 1-1 draw against Norwich for me on that one. Meanwhile, we go to Preston up against Huddersfield Town. Of course, Preston trying to keep their playoff dreams on track up against Huddersfield Town side, who are also in that relegation discussion. Over at Deepdale, they have played each other 20 times since the year 2011. Wins for Preston. We've got 5 wins for Huddersfield. We've got 4 draws, of course. Now the biggest win for Preston. 4-1 win, scoring 32 goals in 20 matches, 1.60 goals a game on average. Huddersfield, 3-1 win, the biggest, scoring 19 goals in those 20 matches, 0.95 goals a game on average. Huddersfield, 33% form for them right now, just 1 win in the last 6. However, just 1 defeat in the last 4. They are 21st in the table, 43 points for the campaign. Preston on the flip side, 10th for the table, 60 points for the season, 50% form for them right now, 1-2 lost to and drawn to over the last 6. Last time around over at Deepdale was a 3-1 win for Preston, who also picked up a 3-1 win over the Huddersfield at the John Smith's Kirklees Stadium. Now that 3-1 win last time around at Deepdale was actually an FA Cup match back in January 2023. The last time they played in the league, in fact, over at Deepdale was a 2-1 win for Huddersfield. Goodness gracious me. In fact, the home side hasn't won this game since Huddersfield beat Preston at the McAlpine back in August 2021. Wow, wow, wow. The odds for this one, though, we have looking at... we're looking at Preston 5-4 for the victory, 23-10 is your Huddersfield, 11-5 the draw. I've actually gone with a 2-1 win for Preston on this one. Huddersfield taking the L on this one. Meanwhile, Millwall against Leicester City, that's right, coming at you over at the Den, that's right. Played each other 24 times since 1983. We've got 8 wins for Millwall, 12 wins for Leicester, 4 draws, of course. Now, the biggest win for Millwall was a 3-0 win, scoring 27 goals in 24 matches, 1.13 goals a game. Leicester, 4-0 win, the biggest, scoring 38 goals in 24 matches, 1.58 goals a game as well. 58% form for Leicester right now, 2 wins on the spin for them. Top of the table, 88 points for the campaign. Millwall, 33% form for them right now, just 1 win in the last 6. They are 20th, 44 points for the season. Of course, last time around over at the Den in the league, it was a 3-1 win for Leicester. Way back in January, it's actually New Year's Day 2014. The reverse fixture at the King Power was a 3-2 win for Leicester back in December 2023. Now these two sides also played each other for another time at the Den. It was a 3-2 win for Leicester in the FA Cup. That was back in January the 6th in the 3rd round of the FA Cup. The odds for this one, though, we're looking at Millwall 13-4 for the victory, 10-7 on Asia. Leicester 11-4 the draw here. I'm going to go with a 2-0 win for Leicester on this one. Millwall might be in a bit of trouble here. Meanwhile, Plymouth Argyle up against QPR, a bit of a ding dong over at Home Farm or Home Park. Played each other 18 times in 2003, 6 wins for Plymouth, 4 for QPR, 8 draws, of course. Now the biggest win for Plymouth, 2-0 win, scoring 22 goals in 18 matches, 1.22 goals a game on average. QPR, though, 3-0 win, the biggest, scoring 20 goals in 18 matches, 1.11 goals a game on average. QPR, 50% form for them right now, just 1 defeat in the last 4, of course. 1-2 lost to and drawn to over the last 6. They are 17th with 46 points for the campaign. Plymouth are on 44 points for the campaign, 19th in the table, 25% form for them right now, just 1 win in the last 6 games as well. Last time around, over at Plymouth, it was in the league, it was a 1-1 draw back in August 2009. The reverse fixture at Loftus Road was a 0-0 draw way back in December 2023. The odds for this one, 9-4 is your Plymouth, 13-10 is your QPR, 23-10 is the draw. Could Plymouth kick on from this one? Tight one, this one. Going to go with a draw here, point apiece. Not too sure who benefits from that, but of course it's another point in the bag for both sides who are currently out of the relegation zone. Meanwhile, Southampton against Coventry, a bit of a ding-dong at the top of the table. Playoff encounter here, or potential future playoff final right here. We have Southampton against Coventry, 29 times they played each other since 1993. 10 wins for the Saints, 6 wins for Coventry, 13 draws, of course. Now the biggest win for the Saints was a 4-0 win, scoring 37 goals in 29 matches, 1.28 goals a game. Coventry 4-1 win, the biggest, scoring 29 goals in 29 matches, 1 goal a game on average. They're on 83% form. Coventry winning 5 of the last 6. They are the team to avoid right now. 63 points for the season against a Southampton side. 50% form for them right now. 1-2 lost to and drawn to over the last 6. They are 4th with 75 points for the campaign. Last time around, over at St Mary's, it was a 4-0 win for Southampton back in April 2012. The reverse fixture at the Rico was a 1-1 draw way back in December. The odds for this, though, we have Southampton 4-3 on for the victory, 10-3 is your commentary, 3-1 is the draw here. Another tight one here. We're going to go with a 2-1 win for the Saints. However, commentary probably could take them on. You know, that's a dubious one. That one I could go either way. It's very, very tight, but I'm just thinking Southampton will nick it for the home fans. Then we have another ding dong as Leeds against Sunderland over at the Ellen Road. Played the 18 times in 1986. We've got 10 wins for Leeds, 7 wins for Sunderland, and 1 draw, of course. Now the biggest win for Leeds was a 3-0 win, scoring 22 goals in 18 matches, 1.22 goals a game on average. Sunderland 3-0 win, the biggest, scoring 17 goals in 18 matches, 0.94 goals a game on average. They're on 33% form. Are Sunderland, just 1 win in the last 6 games. They are 13th in the table, 52 points for the campaign. Leeds, 75% form for them right now, just 1 defeat in the last 6. They are 3rd with 86 points for the season as well. Last time around at Ellen Road, it was a 1-1 draw back in April 2018. The odds for this, though, Leeds are 3-1 on for the victory, 4-1 the draw, 70-2 is of course your Sunderland here. We're backing Leeds, big win as well, 3-0 winners over Sunderland, who are in a bit of free fall. Then we got the game of the round. I should be in the hot seat for this one, my first watch along in a long time. It is of course Rovers taking on or Bristol City taking on Blackburn Rovers over at Thrashton Gate. That's right, played to the 18 times to 2-12, 6 wins for Bristol City, 7 wins for Rovers, 5 draws of course. Now the biggest win for Bristol City was a 4-1 win, scoring 21 goals in 18 matches. We got 1.17 goals a game on average. Meanwhile, Blackburn Rovers 3-1 win, the biggest, 26 goals scored in 18 matches, 1.44 goals a game on average. Rovers on 50% form for them right now, 1-1 lost, 1 undrawn, 4. They are 16th for the table, 46 points for the campaign. Bristol City though, just 1 defeat in the last 5, 58% form for them as well, 12th in the table, 54 points for the season as well. Last time around over at Bristol City, it was a 1-1 draw. Of course, previously Rovers picking up a 2-1 win over Bristol City at Ewood Park back in December under JDT. The odds for this one though, we do have Bristol City coming at 11-8 for the victory, 21-10 is your Rovers, 9-4 is the draw here. I think Rovers, I'm hoping they'll take something from this game. I'm hoping for the victory, but I'm thinking it's going to be a 1-1 draw on this one. I'll take it all day long. Another point in the bag. Meanwhile, Birmingham City against Cardiff, of course, coming at you at St Andrews. We're looking at must-win now territory for Birmingham. Of course, they do have a easier fixture lists on their agenda. When I say easy, there's not too many heavyweights in their lineup. But anyway, they're taking on Cardiff at St Andrews. Played each other 26 times, 2006, 5 wins to Birmingham, 12 wins to Cardiff, 9 draws. Of course, the biggest win for the Brummies. 1-0 win, scoring 22 goals in the 26 matches, 0.85 goals a game. Of course, Cardiff 4-0 win, the biggest, 37 goals scored in 26 matches, 1.42 goals a game on average. Cardiff just 1 win in the last 4 for them, 50% form for them over the last 6. They are 11th, 56 points for the season. Birmingham 17% form for them right now, just 1 win in the last 6. They are 22nd in the table, 42 points for the campaign as well. Last time around over at St Andrews, it was a 2-0 win for Cardiff back in February 2023. The reverse fixture in Wales was a 1-0 win for Birmingham back in December 2023. The odds for this though, we have Birmingham 11-10 on for the victory. They are favoured here, 5-2 the draw, 3-1 as your long shots. It is must-win territory for Birmingham, you would imagine right now. I'm going to go with a win for them. 1-0 winners, not pretty, but enough. 3 points and maybe move the chains, get themselves out that drop zone. And then, of course, closer to safety. Meanwhile, Ipswich against Watford, coming at you over at Portman Road. Played each other 30 times in 1995. 11 wins for Ipswich, 15 wins for Watford. 4 draws, of course. Now the biggest win for Ipswich. 4-1 wins, scoring 40 goals in 30 matches. 1.33 goals a game. Watford, though, 3-0 win the biggest, scoring 44 goals in 30 matches. 1.47 goals a game on average. They're, of course, on 50% form for them right now. 1-1 lost, 1 undrawn, 4. They are 14th. 51 points for the campaign. Ipswich on 67% form for them right now. 4 wins of the last 6. They are still second. 87 points for the campaign. Last time around, over at Portman Road, it was a 1-0 win for Ipswich back in November 2014. The reverse fixture at Vicarage Road, 2-1 win it was for Ipswich, who are unbeaten against Watford over the last 3, conceding just the 1 goal in those last 3 matches. The odds here, 9-4 on is your Ipswich, 10-3 the draw, 6-1 is your Watford here. Yep, I think I'm going with Ipswich, of course, to continue on now. I'm not saying they're destined for the Premier League, but of course I think they should win this one and, of course, keep themselves in that discussion for the top 2 as we enter the back end, real business end of the season. Meanwhile, Hull City against Middlesbrough. Are Middlesbrough out of the count for the playoffs? I would think so, but we'll see. 26 times they have played since 2007. We've got 10 wins for Hull, 12 wins for Middlesbrough, 4 draws, of course. Now the biggest win for Hull was a 3-0 win, scoring 37 goals in those 26 matches, 1.42 goals a game on average. Of course, Middlesbrough, 3-1 win the biggest, scoring 41 goals in 26 matches, 1.58 goals a game on average. Of course, Middlesbrough are unbeaten in the last 7 matches, 83% form for them right now, 8th in the table, 61 points for the campaign up against the Hull side. 42% form for them right now. Just one win in the last 6. 61 points for them. They're 9th. Of course, basically what I'm saying here, I think the winner of this remains in the playoff discussion. The loser is going to go out. If it's a draw, you're probably going to cancel your both yourselves out here. Last time around at the MKM Stadium, it was a 3-1 win for Borough back in November 2022. The reverse fixture at the Riverside was a 2-1 win for Hull. They're exchanging victories here. The odds here are 13-10 is your Hull, 2-1 is your Middlesbrough, 12-5 of course is your draw. It's a tight one, this one. Hull are good form. Well, not good form really. Middlesbrough on good form, but Hull with a big win last time around, and they do have the players, and it is at home. I'm going to give it to Hull, which probably eliminates Middlesbrough from the discussion this campaign. Meanwhile, Swansea against Stoke coming at you over in Wales. They have played each other 25 times, 211, 7 wins for Swansea, 13 wins for Stoke, 5 draws of course. Now the biggest win for Swansea, 2-0 win, scoring 31 goals in 25 matches, 1.24 goals a game on average. Stoke, though, 3-0 winners themselves, their biggest, 39 goals in the 25 matches, 1.56 goals a game on average. They're on 50% form are Stoke right now. 1-2 lost 2 and drawn 2 over the last 60 at 18, 46 points for the campaign. Swansea, 15th in the table, 47 points for the campaign, 33% form for them as well. Last time around, over at Swansea, it was a 3-1 win for Stoke back in February 2023. Of course, the odds for this one, Swansea 13-10 for the victory, 21-10 is your Stoke, 9-4 is the draw here. It's another tight one here. There's a lot of tight games here. It could go either way, and that's why I'm going with a draw here. Point apiece. Another point closer to the safety for Stoke. And Swansea probably put them well clear of any discussions into the final 4 games, I believe. Then it's West Brom against already relegated Rotherham coming at you at the Baggies at the Hawthorns. Played 11 times, 2001. We've got 6 wins for West Brom, 3 for Rotherham, 2 draws, of course. Another biggest win for the Baggies. 4-0 win, scoring 22 goals in 11 matches, 2 goals a game on average. Rotherham, 3-1 win, the biggest, scored 12 goals in those 11 matches, 1.09 goals a game on average. 25% form for Rotherham, of course, 24th, 23 points for the campaign against West Brom's side. 5th in the table, 69 points for the season, 67% form for them. However, winless in 3, but unbeaten in at least the last 6 games. Last time around, over at the Baggies, at the Hawthorns, 3-0 winners. It was for West Brom back in December 2022. The reverse fixture at the New York Stadium, it was a 2-0 win for West Brom back in December. The odds though for this, 10-3 on is your West Brom, 70-4 the draw, 10-1 is your Rotherham, of course, who are not going to win this game. West Brom at home, clinical, 2-0 win for them. And of course, I can update the table on this one. So if I am right with all my picks, this is what the table will look like. It'll look like this. Ipswich Town still lead the... Leicester City, Leicester City top the charts there. Ipswich in 2nd spot. Leeds still breathing down the necks. Southampton, West Brom and Norwich still occupy the playoffs. Hull still in the discussion there. Coventry as well. Preston, I would still say, are in the playoff discussion as well, with games in hand on Norwich. So Middlesbrough probably out of it. Going down, Rotherham, of course, are down. Sheffield Wednesday and Huddersfield at the moment. And of course, the likes of Millwall, Birmingham, Plymouth, Stoke, QPR, Rovers still in there and scrapping for their lives, of course. That's, of course, my picks. Be sure to get your own picks as well as we look forward to that. And, of course, a busy week up ahead, of course, for Championship action. We'll be back, of course, with the latest round of games later on in the week. But until then, subscribe and, of course, catch you later for the next one.